Last time on Aaron's Watches, we looked at a dagger axe, an homage to the infamous Rolex Milsub, had a brief visit from some conures, and discussed eggs? Huh? Yo ho ho, welcome back aboard. Watches, birds, and loot are what we cover on this channel. I was going to do a wrist check, but no, we don't do wrist checks. If you've been paying attention and you've sailed this ship for as long as we have, you will know that we do bird checks. We do little bird checks, little tiny, for reference. Ow, he's only like this big. See, he gets really mad, but he doesn't like that. But he does like this. If I can reach it. He gets all fluffy when he gets his little ball. And then he'll chase it around the table. But we're not here to look at birds, or are we? No, we're not here to look at birds. We're here to look at watches. And maybe some loot at the tail end of the video. And today we're looking at the Sugis, or Seestern, same brand. So a really nice kind of a leatherette feeling case. The snap closure, you open it up. You have the extra links that I took out. I'm prepared today. I'm getting ahead of the game. I took the watch already out. Can you believe that? We're trying to save time here or something, maybe? Maybe that's what the goal is. And you have your little papers and your little warranty card and a screwdriver, because these are screwed links. Usually we have a little spring bar tool. Marty, I can't be playing that. You play with it for a little bit. I throw that ball for you all day long. Come on, you can play with it for a few minutes. I purchased this watch back in November. Now I'm just getting around to it. I'm a little bit behind on reviews. Got to get this ship sailing. This one is the light blue kind of pearl color, so like mother of pearl. They come in 4 different colors. Like there's a white pearl, a green, a dark blue, and this one. So on the Sugis website, which I think that's where I got this one. This one on the Sugis website with the current discount, it's $210.32, $229 on AliExpress, and then I paid $239 back in November of 2024 now. So it's been coming down a little bit here and there, the price, but it is well worth the $239. I'm not going to hold back. I'm giving you the full. I'm already saying it's a treasure before we get to the trash and treasure. This watch is awesome. This is a homage to the Grand Seiko GMT, the SBGJ275. I'll throw up a little photo of it next to this guy so you can see. It is this Grand Seiko's a 36,000 beats per hour, 5 hertz. So that's like one of the fastest, most high performance movements you can get. It's the caliber 9S86. So that's running like at 10 beats per second. Limited edition of 2000. The retail price on the Grand Seiko is $7,600. But guess what? It's got a lug width of 21 millimeters. So I'm never going to buy it. Do you hear Marty is laughing? Marty is a mimic bird, so he likes to mimic everything. Right, Marty? Marty demands a lot of attention. Let's just put it that way. So, 21 millimeter on the Grand Seiko. I cannot stand 21 millimeter. I have no 21 millimeter straps hardly at all around here. So, and sometimes they're so hard to find. So, this watch is this is a 20 millimeter. It takes 20 millimeter straps. The movement in this NH34. 21,600 beats per hour, or 3 hertz, 41 hour power reserve. It's all 316L stainless steel, sapphire crystal, and the cool thing about this one is the sapphire bezel. So if you look close, you can see it is just fantastic. And it's already getting a little bit scratched up. I've been wearing this like crazy recently. So this is hand wind. It's automatic, but it's also hand wind in hacking, which means you pull out the crown, second hand stops, as you can see, and then you click it to get it going again. So it makes it easy to set the exact time. It is 41 millimeters in diameter. Sorry, I'm watching Marty as we're doing this. 41 millimeter in oh, whoa. 48.8 lug to lug, all loomed. The second, our GMT hand is a dark blue to kind of match the top of the bezel. So it's like blue and white here, like a navy blue and white. And then the dial, that mother of pearl, it kind of changes colors. So the photos online, sometimes it shows it like a bright blue, more brighter. Sometimes it's a real pale. I've seen this where like outside, it'll turn almost white on you. So it's really neat how it plays with the light, this dial. So again, totally in love with this thing. The details on this watch are just killer. I mean, when you really get close up, I guess if you want to call it a complaint, that date window looks a little odd, just cut out and not framed. A lot of times they'll frame it to kind of go with the rest of the watch. So it's a little odd to me that it's not framed. But, on my wish list, 24-hour bezel, as they call it. So let's ASMR. Okay, now I don't know if you could hear Marty doing the sound. Marty, were you doing the sound too? But he was making that sound. He's a big watch fan, that guy. The chamferding is polished. It's like brushed on top. Seestern engraved on the back, on the clasp. It's only got 3 micro adjusts. I fit this to my wrist and it's perfect. So I really didn't have to mess with the micro adjust. I think I'm on the first hole there. And I took out two links for 7.5 inch. So it should fit up to a 8 inch, no problem. It's just a solid case back. Would have been cool to have a quick release for the bracelet, but not at the end of the world. So real quick, GMT, what does that mean? Greenwich Mean Time. It means you can set the watch to two different time zones. I never go anywhere, so I never need to set my watch to different time zones. So if you want to see how to use a GMT watch, you're in the wrong channel. Also, if you don't like birds, GMT hand going one direction, the other direction does your date. And that's basically all you need to know. Boom. 7.5 inch wrist. It's literally perfect. There's nothing I can complain about on this. It just fits so good. Okay, here we go. The time graph are running at plus 19 to plus 22, plus 19. No beat error. Plus 19, that sounds a little high, but these can run anywhere between minus 20 and I believe it's plus 40 seconds per day. So well within the Seiko tolerances. Lume, C3 Super Luminova. It does pretty good. You got your hour and minute hand. The second hand isn't loomed. But your GMT hand is loomed. You got 12, 9, and 6 loomed indices. The rest of the indices are not loomed, which doesn't really matter too much. And the bezel has this cool loom in it. So I would say it passes the loom test. We're 30 seconds in and it's hanging in there. So trash or treasure? I'm going treasure. This watch it's just gorgeous. I'm probably not going to be picking up a Grand Seiko anytime soon, especially even a pre-owned one. You're still into the thousands of dollars. If I had my wishes, the quick release spring bars would be cool. I was thinking maybe if it was a real 3-link bracelet and not just a single link like if this individual, the middle link swiveled, but it doesn't. It doesn't really matter because it's still very comfortable. So I'm gonna let that slide. On the fly micro adjust would be cool, but my wrists do swell at times. So I don't know. Not a deal breaker, but they need to be putting those on these watches. Marty, you're gonna move your tushy. Look out. And the only thing, you know, I was thinking about this. You see the printing on the dial. There's nothing. Are you mad at me, Marty, for something? It would be cool if they did the starfish logo on this. See the starfish logo? Like in a tiny little starfish logo, polished. Take off the Seestern. You could, or put the Seestern below it, or GMT below it, or just nothing below it. Maybe put the GMT down below, where it says, you know, automatic and 200 meters. I don't know. I really like that starfish logo. It's really cool. It would look great on here. Applied logo instead of the printed. And then the date window. But again, not a deal killer. So in this episode, our loot section, Star Trek Lower Decks on Paramount. I'm going to talk about a show that I really got into. I think is amazing. The final episode was December 19th. There was 5 seasons, 10 episodes each. The shows are less than 30 minutes, so not a huge time commitment. I love everything Star Trek. I pretty much loved every show that came out. Probably Deep Space Nine was my favorite. This show follows the adventures of the, what was it called? The Cerritos, the USS Cerritos. Specifically the daily adventures or misadventures of the lowest ranking of the deck of the crew, and hence lower decks. The part of the crew you probably don't ever hear about. It's fast paced. It's funny. It's in the kind of the Simpsons type cartoon design a little bit. There's tons of swearing in it, but they bleep it out, which makes it even funnier because they're saying like the S word and the F word and everything, but you can tell what they're saying, but they bleep it. So it's hilarious because, you know, they never cussed on Star Trek except for maybe the few newest shows on Paramount Plus, but it has a ton of references and nods and Easter eggs throughout the show, referencing all parts of Star Trek, all parts of the Star Trek universe. So it doesn't matter if it, or even there's a couple references to live people that are involved in the making of Star Trek. So they will reference pretty much anything. And some of it is so obscure. Like I kind of an encyclopedia of Star Trek. I had to look up some of the references. They were so crazy. So yeah, I would definitely, even if you're not if you like adult animation, you know, last episode I talked about One Piece. If you like adult animation, definitely check it out. It's animated by Titmouse, which did like parts of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, you know, one of my other favorite movies. Critical Role, Legend of Vox Machina. This is Critical Role. That's a Dungeons and Dragons show. And they did some Marvel animated sequences, like on WandaVision and Loki. There was some they worked in. So Titmouse is really, they're doing a ton. Give them a shout out. Shout out to Titmouse. And a titmouse is a bird. Right, Marty? Not as cool as you, Marty, though. Marty with your crazy ball. Look how fluffy he gets. All right, guys, that's all I got. We got the birds. We check. Birds, check. Watches, check. And our loot, which was our little Star Trek show. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag, and we will see you back here next time. Bye. I just noticed the watch kind of matches Marty. Hey, Marty, come here. That's kind of funny.